Okay, let's see if anything goes wrong. And welcome to this late night edition of a Higurashi read along. Normally I don't do this when I'm working, but my weekend's gonna get busy, and I didn't want to skip streaming. So let us continue where we left off. Hold on, let me actually get the chat in here. There we go. Okay, yeah, let's start. Continuing where we left off in file 2. Load. Alright. How was it? Were you able to have a little bit of excitement with Rana? You punk. So that was what your plan was. Instead of replying, Mion gave us a perverse grin. How was it, Rana? Was Kei-chan's hand bigger than you thought it would be? Mion! How? Rana turned bright red, puffs of steam shooting out of her. Me. I heard something slice through the air and turned around to see Mion on the ground, with a welt on her face. Mion, when were you hit? Between the ha and aw of her howl, I think. Rana, it's not good to punch your friends to hide your embarrassment. Are you sure? I didn't hit her. Whatever. Ow. Thump. The thunderous beat of the drums echoed, silencing the crowd. You must all be quiet. It's beginning. It was a solemn ritual. Rika-chan entered, dressed as a shrine maiden, followed by members of the municipal committee. The elders all looked at Rika-chan and clasped their hands in praise. The only thing allowed to disturb the profound silence was the flash from Tomitake-san's camera. What's the big thing Rika-chan is holding? Oh, that's used for this festival. It's a sacred farming tool that only the shrine maiden may touch. It was an awkward shape for a piece of farming equipment. Not uncommon for something used in rituals. After reciting a Shinto prayer, Rika-chan approached the pile of futons gathered at the altar. She swung the hoe skillfully, plowing it into the futons. Each and every little movement of this performance probably had to be done in a certain way. Without a doubt, this was a ritual. What's next? Airing out the futons? She's purifying futons that absorb illness from people over the winter. So when Kei-chan said airing out the futons, he wasn't completely wrong. Rika-chan's face was already dripping with sweat. That hoe was probably really heavy. She staggered side to side with the momentum of each swing. Satoko looked on, silently lending her support. Worried? Rika practiced every single day with a mochi hammer. She will certainly prevail. Satoko's hands were sweating, and whenever Rika-chan started to sway a little, she held her breath. Why wasn't Mion a candidate to be the shrine maiden? Felt wrong having Rika-chan swing around something so heavy. I'd do it if they asked me, you know. And, well, it's not something just anyone could do. That's true. Shrine maidens need to be pure after all. Rip. Mion drove her elbow into my side. You know what? You deserve that. With a thud of the big drum, Rika-chan gave a solemn bow and descended from the altar. That triggered a round of generous applause. After the Shinto priest had raised up the cleansed futons to a portable altar, all the spectators stood up. Following after the priest, we all marched at a moderate pace. Words. They descended the shrine's gate. They descended the shrine's giant stairs in a line. That was a sentence. What's happening now? Washing the futons in the river? Ahaha. Onikakushi means setting the cotton adrift, you know. The procession continued right up to the bank of the stream. A fire was stoked high, and it was bright as day here, too. People started crowding around it and clamoring. Alright, get in line. Line up, Keiichi-kun. I wondered what was up. Maybe we'd get some holy wine? Red and white bean buns? It's not food. I said it was cotton. But of course, they didn't call it the Onikakushi for nothing. I finally understood. The municipal committee members pulled out the cotton from inside the futons and balled it up like mochi, handing it out to people. Rana dove into the line and brought out some for me as well. We then proceeded to the bank of the stream. Since it's your first time, Keiichi-kun, just copy what I do. She held the cotton in her right hand. Waving her hand as if to purify it, she touched it to her forehead, chest, navel, and both thighs. You do this 3 times silently. 3 times, and silently gives thanks to Oyashiro-sama. Oyashiro-sama? What's that? The name of the shrine's god? Yes, it's the guardian deity of Hinamizawa. It brings about both miracles and curses. So you must be sure to show respect. That sounded like a pretty frightening god. But well, when in Rome. I was officially a resident of Hinamizawa after all. Doing as Randa showed me, I touched the cotton over myself 3 times. Thank you, Oyashiro-sama. Thank you, Oyashiro-sama. Oyashiro-sama. This way, all the evil that possesses you is sucked out by the cotton. Then you let it gently drift away on the stream, and you're done. Together, Rana and I set our pieces of cotton afloat on the surface of the water. The flowers of cotton blooming in the water had sucked out all the evil festering in Hinamizawa and drifted off, disappearing in the distance. It was wonderful, like those floating lantern festivals I see on TV. The best part, though, was feeling like it was a rite of passage, had made me into a true resident of Hinamizawa. I am tired, so I'm gonna mess up words. I worked today. Okay. That really wasn't very far. I thought it might be a little bit longer. That's alright. We'll do another segment. While staring off into the stream, I somehow got separated from Rena. I wasn't very lonely, though. I knew this place now. This is where I live, my home. It's probably better if I just stay here instead of wandering around aimlessly. Someone would surely find me while I was enjoying the evening breeze. I heard a familiar voice. It was Tomitake-san's. I headed towards it. How did it go, Tomitake-san? Were you able to get some good shots? Yes, fortunately. Tomitake-san was with a girl. I felt a little like I was intruding. Hey, you. How was it, Keiichi-kun? Did you enjoy the festival? From the way she spoke, it seemed like she was a resident of Hinamizawa. She sure is. I really should try harder to remember people's faces here. You won't be able to get her face out of your head. What was her name? Well, it was fun. My face must have given away how desperately I was trying to remember her name, because she gave a light-hearted chuckle. It's probably because it hasn't been long since you moved here. It's pretty hard to believe seeing how friendly you've gotten with the other kids. If that's how it looked, it was probably all thanks to Rena and Mion. Perhaps you feel more like a resident of Hinamizawa after taking part in the festival today. I wonder about that. Oh, that's not like you. I tried to get used to Hinamizawa. But there's still plenty of things I didn't know. The faces of people I'd met, for example. It's okay, you're just face blind. It's fine. Things that had happened in the past as well. Oh. You're feeling left out because of something like that? It's not so much as feeling left out. I'm just not sure how to say it. That incident at the damn construction site. The fighting over it, and the other conflicts. That terrible incident they pretended they didn't know about whenever I brought it up. Even though it was in the past, and someone living in Hinamizawa, it wasn't wrong to want to know about both the good and the bad that happened here. Oh boy. If it will put you at ease, then I'll tell you everything I know. Nomitake-san's smile made me more relieved than I'd ever been. It was hard to think of what to ask when someone said, "Ask me anything, though." Boy, howdy. Even when there was so much I wanted to ask. Then, could you tell me about what happened when the dam was being constructed? There was a big incident, where Hinamizawa was going to be submerged, right? I think the locals would be more knowledgeable about the dam than I am. Well, if you don't mind, I'll tell you what I know. It's only what I read in the newspaper, though. Nomitake-san's eyes entered an unfocused gaze as he searched through his memory, then he spoke. The decision to start the dam project was finalized 7 or 8 years ago. I heard it was the next major project after Kurobe. There were 3 major issues in Japan at that time. Improving inter-island transportation infrastructure, meeting the higher demand for electricity, and flood control. There was a boom of dam building due to the massive economic stimulus they provided on top of generating electricity and flood control. Hinamizawa had the right conditions to support dam construction, so it was singled out. The dam reservoir would have covered quite a lot of ground when it was completed. The entire area right up to Yagoichi was upstream would be underwater. But why did they have to pick a populated area like Hinamizawa? Couldn't they have instead picked a place where nobody lived? I'm not really sure why, but I heard it was just the right terrain for building a dam. Of course there were protests in Hinamizawa. Rika-chan had said there was a battle. From that choice of words, I had to guess things had turned violent. There was a trial, and it was even brought up before the National Diet. It was covered in the Tokyo newspapers, too. Mion had told me all about that as well. I'm sure every resident of Hinamizawa had united to fight together. The feeling of solidarity found here, which could not be expressed properly with mere words, was likely brought about by that battle. As a result, bribery and scandals were brought to light. As things got more and more complicated, they eventually halted construction. If I wanted to know, now was my only chance to ask. It was certainly a bizarre incident that boys my age would be curious about. Are you sure? I felt a little shame from the fact I was pretty petty enough to have my curiosity piqued by Rana and Mion's refusal to talk about the event. But I figured I might as well ask since I had the chance. Just so I would stop thinking about it so much. So, there was a dismemberment, right? There was. I happened to be here in Hinamizawa at the time, so I remember it well. Kumitaka-san's answer was nonchalant in context to my hesitantly forced out question. Contrast. Words. It was about this time, 4 years ago. It was the day of the Watanagashi, if I recall correctly. Oh, that festival you just had? Debate on whether to continue construction on the dam was in disarray. Scandal after scandal rocked the project near the end. The incident was the final nail in the coffin for the dam project. I'm gonna take a drink real fast. The fight at the dam construction site ended in the victim being murdered. During prosecution, the 6 assailants divided the remains into 6 pieces and each hid one. 5 of the 6 criminals turned themselves in out of guilt, but one was still on the run. Excuse me. The right arm he'd hidden had yet to be found. The major details lined up with what was in the tabloid I'd read earlier. It certainly was a tragic incident, but it wasn't so terrible that Rena and Mion needed to hide it from me. I guess they didn't want someone who just moved here to have a negative impression of Hinamizawa. I felt grateful for having friends who worried so much about me, as well as shame for still being so interested in it. It's okay, you can like true crime if you want. It was near the end of all the trouble with the dam, you see. So everyone was saying that it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. Oyashiro-sama's curse, huh? Oyashiro-sama was the name of the god at the shrine that held the festival today, if I recalled correctly, which you did. I see. Their guardian deity rained divine punishment down on the evil dam constructors for trying to flood Hinamizawa. Apparently the younger ones didn't think so. But it seems the elderly in the village never doubted that it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. The woman with Tomitaka-san said with a mischievous chuckle. Tomitaka-san began laughing with her. It was so infectious that I ended up laughing as well. But I wonder now. There are quite a few, I think. Amongst the youth, too. You what? People who believe in Oyashiro-sama's curse. The woman's lips were still curled into a smile, but her expression turned stern. Then after that, it continued every year. Always around this time. Continued? What continued? Mitaka-san paused for a second, as if to build up some suspense. Then he whispered to me, as if someone might have been listening. Every year, on the day of the Watanagashi, somebody dies. The year following the dismemberment, on the day of the Watanagashi, a man from Hinamizawa who supported the dam fell off a cliff overlooking some rapids and died while he was on vacation. Unfortunately for his wife, the body was never recovered. He supported the dam construction even though he lived in Hinamizawa. At the time, there were whispers amongst the elders saying it was Oyashiro-sama's curse. The woman chuckled mischievously again. Then the next year, the night of the Watanagashi, the shrine Shinto priest died suddenly from an unknown illness. His wife drowned herself in the bog that night. The shrine Shinto priest, you mean from the shrine here? The woman nodded. There was a rumor amongst the villagers that they weren't able to quell Oyashiro-sama's anger. Then the year after that, again on the night of the Watanagashi, they discovered the battered body of a local housewife. Housewife? Up until now, all these mysterious deaths were people involved with the dam or had connections with Oyashiro-sama. With that in mind, could that housewife have been involved in some way too? Exactly. The woman stated slyly. No, it was more menacing. One of the victim's relatives, you see, was connected to the younger brother of the dam supporter, who fell to his death 2 years before. The younger brother is still alive, it seems. It did bother him quite a bit, so he moved to the neighboring town. Gee, I wonder why. For a while, I stood there with my mouth agape. Battle over the dam construction with Hinamizawa's future at stake, and the murder at the center of it all. That was all I knew, and that was all I wanted to ask about. But that wasn't all there was to the story. Homicide, body disposal, accidental deaths, terminal illness, suicide, fatal beatings. I'm a pretty level-headed person. I don't really want to believe in curses. But the freakish deaths happened every year on the day of the Watanagashi, and all of them were related to the dam construction. It was easy to dismiss each of them as a coincidence by themselves. But when you put them all together, dismissing all of them as coincidence would defy logic. I don't believe in curses, but every single year on the day of the Watanagashi, somebody or something makes it happen without fail. The woman chuckled again, as if she picked up on what I was thinking. It felt like she was saying, maybe there was, maybe we frightened him, stuff like that. I felt embarrassed at being read so easily. I pressed Tomitake-san to continue, a bit of impatience and irritation in my tone. Then? So somebody died the next year, right? Who was it this time? I wonder. Who do you think, Keiichi-kun? What the hell? The way you said it didn't agree with me. The sarcastic tone ticked me off. Don't avoid the question, I'm serious here! Hey, calm down, Keiichi-kun. I realized when she tried to calm me down that I had been panicking. We aren't trying to avoid the question, Keiichi-kun. It's just, when you say the next year, that's today. When she hesitated to say it, Tomitake-san finished for her. I broke into a cold sweat. I really didn't like the direction this was headed. Nobody wants to speak of it, but they all think it's going to happen again tonight. The festival was so cheerful, though. Well, the victim last year, the housewife, she was a non-believer. Turns out she didn't even attend the Watanagashi festival. There was a rumor going around that if you didn't participate in the festival, you would incur Oyashiro-sama's wrath. Didn't you hear anything about this, Keiichi-kun? I never even heard a whisper about that rumor. There's a reason for everyone to attend the festival was they were afraid of the curse? I figured that must have been the reason. There were a lot more people at the Watanagashi than usual. Guess everybody was just afraid after all. Of Oyashiro-sama's curse. Couldn't utter a single word. In this modern age, where we made progress in all scientific fields, shedding light into the unknown and misunderstood. Black and white television had been eradicated, and we sent men to the moon. And with all our accomplishments, this can exist in a modern society? Tons of invitations were sent out to neighboring towns, youth groups to help pad the numbers. But after the string of events, few decided to join. Municipal committee members were complaining about how hard it was to gather participants. Also, the police are treating each case as isolated. They don't believe they're connected. They're trying to keep it quiet, so it's all plainclothes officers. Yeah. It finally began to dawn on me why Reina and Mion were reluctant to talk. If nothing happened during this Watsunagashi, everything would have been over with, and I'd be none the wiser. If nothing happened, all would be well. In that case, it would all end up just being crazy talk. I should have just pretended like I knew nothing from the beginning. Then I wouldn't have had to act like nothing happened. Then they wouldn't have had to act like nothing happened. And we would have gone back to life as usual. Maybe it was just too much for him after all. The woman ran her fingers through her hair as she sighed. No, it wasn't. Not at all. I tried to act strong, but that just served to emphasize how much the information had unsettled me. After seeing how I looked, Tomitaka-san appeared to regret saying anything, letting out a sigh as he spoke, forcing an awkward, upbeat demeanor. But surely you don't believe in such things as curses. Well, no. If the cause of all the crimes were unknown, and the perpetrators and their methods all mysterious, then I think it's the work of a curse. But that's not how things are in reality. The police are investigating the evidence and the suspects to uncover the truth. Hearing him say police made me feel a lot better. It would be perfect for repelling the word curse. The first one, the dismemberment, for example. I told you, didn't I? All but one of the perpetrators were arrested. It's only a matter of time for the last one. The motive turned out to have been an argument they had while intoxicated. That's no curse. Don't you agree? That was true. If it didn't happen on the day of the Watsunagashi, then I wouldn't think it was related to the curse at all. The accidental death of the man who supported the dam is the same. He was in a position that made others hate him. The police made a point of investigating from that angle. They concluded it was an accident, not foul play. They both happened on the day of the festival, right? Ha 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 ha. Just think about it, Keiichi-kun. Do you think people with a lot of enemies here in Hinamizawa would participate easily in a local festival? It would be especially hard for them to be around during the Watsunagashi. So they probably left Hinamizawa intentionally around this time of year to travel, don't you think? It wasn't a very clear explanation, but I sort of understood what Tomitaka was getting at. So I pressed on earnestly, asking more questions so that I could convince myself. And Tomitaka-san, what about the priest who died after that? The one with the unknown illness. That also happened on the day of the festival. It's even easier to explain what happened to the Shinto priest. The Watsunagashi is a really big event that happens every year, or once a year. It was probably from all the built-up stress. Or maybe it was because of the pre-existing condition. But it was an unknown illness. It's hard to believe something with an unknown cause could exist with all our advances in medicine. No comment. It's just an exaggeration. Rumors making rumors. Anyone would get worked up over having incidents happen 2 years in a row. The sudden death is quite unnatural, though. Of course the police ordered an autopsy because of the strange way he died. But there wasn't enough for them to open a full investigation, you know? It turns out it was just a sudden death due to illness. The priest's wife committed suicide, correct? What about that? I believe I already explained that. Everyone was shaken up by the incidents happening for a third year. Those who were strong in faith were quick to believe it was the work of the curse. Of course, that included the priest's wife. Apparently they found a suicide note that said something like, "My death will quell Oyashiro-sama's anger." Well then how about the next incident, with the housewife? That happened on the day of the Watanagashi too. The perpetrator has already been caught, and the case has been closed. Turns out it was just some nut job trying to continue the legacy of the Hinamizawa curse. Then how about the incident next year? Yeah, this year's the next year. Tomitaka-san gave a hearty laugh. Nothing will happen. Not this year. There was never a curse to begin with. Are we sure about that? It's just that a group of people believed it was the explanation for a string of coincidences. My internal computer finally got itself back on track. Excuse me. I felt a bit embarrassed by how childish I'd become after losing control and panicking. I can see very clearly now that Keiichi-kun really does love Hinamizawa, even if Oyashiro-sama's curse actually did exist. Keiichi-kun wouldn't bring himself to believe that such a thing existed. I felt very relieved. I should probably just forget everything I heard tonight. I'll greet Rena and Mion tomorrow with the same smile as always. They'd probably also like tonight to end without incident, so they can just continue on tomorrow without having worried me. Perhaps seeing my change in attitude, the woman who had been listening in stretched as she got up from the rock she was sitting on. Well then, I should be getting back. Goodness, I think I may have gone on a bit too long. There were so few people compared to the crowd from before, I could only make out a few big groups of families enjoying the cool evening air. I looked at my watch. It seemed like we talked for the better part of an hour. Didn't you come along with your friends, Keiichi-kun? Not going to look for them? Oh yeah, they might all be looking for me. Hehe. You're quite the scoundrel, making the girls look for you. See you, Keiichi-kun. Have a nice night. You too. Jiro-san, we'll talk a bit later. Or rather, I'll see you a bit later. Tomitaka-san seemed quite the scoundrel himself, so his name is Jiro. After dusting off her backside, she disappeared into the crowd of people, still busy cleaning up the shrine grounds. Keiichi-kun! So sorry! In her place, Rena came running over. I could see all the others behind her. Speak of the devil. My bad, Kei-chan. We got so caught up in our discussion. I completely forgot about them while caught up in my own conversation, so we were even. Hi, so Tomitaka-san was with you. That works out perfectly. Still need to settle the shooting gallery competition. Ah, that's right. So I guess I'm gonna end up dead last. In the end, after my dramatic victory, Rika-chan was the last challenger, but there weren't many targets left. The ones remaining were all tiny and difficult to hit. She did take her time and aim, but all 3 shots completely missed. So she ended up sharing the loser's crown with Tomitaka-san. However, she did her little mewing cry in front of the owner, and he turned to mush instantly. She was given a pack of gum as a consolation prize. Her methods were a bit audacious, but she did avoid being the loser rather magnificently. Come to think of it, Rika-chan is quite the trickster. I have no idea what Keiichi is talking about. Now then, it's decided that Tomitaka-san is dead last. Everyone cheered and applauded. Tomitaka-san smiled wryly, slightly bewildered. Another drink. So, Tomitaka-san, you ready? Penalty time. Huh? Oh, I completely forgot about that. You're too naive, Tomitaka-san. This is why our club can never lose. Mion pulled a felt tip marker from her pocket. Oh, it's that. Excuse me. Show him some mercy, Mion. At least use a washable marker. A permanent one is too harsh. It just has to be permanent. Comes off when you do the laundry anyway. Whoa, what's this? Please take it easy on me. All of us pinned his arms behind his back, and Mion approached him with the marker in hand. And scribble. But she didn't write on Tomitaka-san's face. She wrote on the shirt that he was wearing. You better have your big break this year. Mion. Rana took up the marker next. Show me your photos next time, okay? Rana. It was a little heartwarming and I just had to laugh. This is more like a farewell card than a penalty. Ho, I'm not as soft as the rest. I'll make sure this is a proper penalty. Haha, did last. Sotoko. Try harder next time. Nika. Here you go, Keiichi-san. I couldn't decide what to write. Based on what kind of penalty this was probably the most appropriate. Come back and play again, Keiichi. Tomitaka-san was silent the entire time. At first he was quite bewildered, but now he had a different look on his face. So I have to wear this all the way back to Tokyo as part of the penalty? Of course! You better wear it all the way home. You could wear it when you come back. It would be nice. He appeared deeply moved. Embarrassment mixed with a wealth of other emotions made him turn bright red. Understood. I'll wear this the next time I come here. I promise. Everyone cheered and applauded. It was a fine parting gift. It was the finest parting gift possible for a buddy heading out tonight. I saw the woman who was with Tomitaka-san standing near the festival grounds. It seemed Tomitaka-san noticed her too, and knew it was time to leave. Seems like your guest is waiting. Isn't it about time? Yeah, that's certainly how it seems. Tomitaka-san headed off towards her and seemed to apologize for making her wait. We all shouted stuff at Tomitaka-san. Each time we did, he looked back and waved his hand. Eventually he faded into the darkness of the night, out of sight. It was quite the casual farewell. This wasn't the first time any of us had seen someone off. They had all done the same thing many times before. He's gone. Well, it's about time we take off, too. Rika-chan had to stay behind with the other committee members since they were having a meeting. Satoko was tagging along with her. I headed back home with the usual suspects. The walk back was quite lively, with talk of the day's war stories. Should have done this, should have done that kind of stuff. Rina and I parted ways with Mion, and then it was just the two of us. Then we got to my house, and I parted ways with Rina as well. It's already pretty late. Are you alright by yourself? Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. It's close. I'm gonna run too. If you run into some weirdo, just yell. If someone does come, will you come and save me? Maybe? If I hear you. Oh, okay. I'll scream loud enough so you can hear me. Airily spinning her arms at a high speed, Rana dashed off. She was fine. In that mode, not even an adult could stand against her. Rana's cheerful presence disappeared, and it finally became quiet again. The curse of not a single person even whispered. The curse that not a single person even whispered about. The more I learned about it tonight, the more unsettling it became. didn't show on any of their faces, but they were all probably quite concerned about it as well. But if nothing happens tonight, then it all just ends up being crazy talk. Nothing will happen. Nothing bad. Nothing at all. Do we believe this? What's wrong, Keiichi? Why are you standing in a place like this? Come inside. You'll catch a cold. It was my mom. Did you go, Mom? To the Onikakushi festival? In the end, your father didn't wake up, so I missed it. A little disappointing. Mom stuck out her tongue a bit, with an embarrassed look on her face. Uh-oh, SpaghettiOs. Oh. Okay. We're getting some tips. Let's do the tips. Ojo couple's falling incident. From the June 1980 edition. On the afternoon of whatever, at 2 p.m., office employee and his wife of Hinamizawa village in the Shishibone prefecture, disappeared after falling 27 meters from the observatory platform in Shirakawa prefecture. Police and firefighters searched downstream and discovered the body of whoever at 7 p.m. that evening. His wife has yet to be found. The search has run into difficulties due to the effects of Typhoon 3 from the previous day. It appeared a railing at the observatory that the leaned on had broken, causing him to fall. The groundskeeping staff was questioned by the police. In regards to the facility deterioration and if the park maintenance had been performed properly. Terminal illness, death of the Shinto priest Furude. From the June 1981 edition. On the afternoon of around 10 p.m. in the whatever district of Hinamizawa village in the Shishibone prefecture, the Shinto priest of the Furude shrine passed away after an existing condition he was recovering from suddenly worsened. Parties close to the deceased said he was suffering from anxiety issues concerning the festival, which was to be held that day. Also, after his wife went missing, leaving behind a farewell note. The police and local youth association continued to search. However, given the presence of the farewell message and the fact that the Onikakushi marsh is said to be bottomless, they have run into difficulties. Housewife murder. It wasn't reported in the newspaper. Radio log. This is Okonomiya Station calling Unit 3. Unit 3, please respond. This is Unit 3. Loud and clear. Backup is heading your way. Hold position until further instructions. Over. Roger, Unit 3. Acknowledged. Requesting no headlights. Requesting radio silence. Station, the doctor has arrived. They want to carry it away. What's the order? Over. Acknowledged. Leave it to the doctor. Affirmative. Understood. Backup has arrived. Shouldn't we let them take a photo first? I think this pic is done for. Welp. That's very suspicious. Alright, let's save. Save here. Chapter 6. And save here. End of chapter 6. Cool. You know, I'll just play Super Auto Pets for like 15 more minutes and then call it good. But first, let me just switch the scene over. Up. What is happening? Why is this here? Hold on. Get out here. What's happening? New features. Okay. Right. Oh, hi, Wheatie. How you doing? Oh, yes, thank you for that reminder, because I forgot. Oop. Up. There we go. Get out of here. And how we looking visually? That looks alright. Oh, yes, I will do that. Posture's okay. Yeah, I probably messed around with it. Yep. Here, let's fix that. Whatever's happening. We'll see what happens when we get into versus mode. And I need to drink. Alright, arena. So, okay, 2 beavers. I have no money. Yes, that is a mosquito. Things have been pretty good. Work went just fine. And so I'm a little sleepy, but you know, I'm not used to streaming on this day. Let's do adorable pants. Yes, it is indeed Tuesday. Usually I like Tuesdays. Okay. Let's see if I win. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't think I'm good. Okay. Alright. Draws are still good. How are you doing today, Weedy? Mosquito get leveled. Fish. Duck. Not enough gold. End the turn. Oh, I do not like that pig. I do not like that pig. Perfect. I am also just here to vibe. Oh no. Fish. Oh great, I lose 2 lives per loss. Are we excited? Okay, so duck. It's just like, how is this so powerful? Level up mesquite. Ox. Yes, ox, get over here. And sell. Okay. Alright. I have no money, but this should be okay. Oh, it probably does. But that's okay, I should win this round. I think I got this. I think I got this. Tie, it works. Oh, there was a bee. Uh oh. Alright. Oh, yeah, you're right. Let's move the ox. Alright. Sell the swan. Get the ox. Oh, let's get back here. They did. I'm glad you remembered. And let's give the who gets the bee? The ox gets the bee. The bee will make sure that I won't lose my last animal, because the bee will be like, I have 1 HP and I'm still standing. Oh, maybe. We'll see what happens. Oh. Oh, spiders. Well, that's why. It's a badger. Oh. Oh, boy. Boy, howdy. Oh. Oh, ox. Oh, ox. Nice. Yay. What do we got? Okay. 2 all. Actually, here, ox. And actually, we haven't been getting a lot of fish, so we'll sell this fish. And let's get this rat in here. And can I afford this? Garlic rat. Let's see how this goes. Nice. Wow, this rat though. Wow. Nice. Yay! Alright. Dodo's gonna get leveled up. Yes, it did! Oh, wow. Dodo's gonna get leveled up twice. Can I afford the cupcake? Gwen, yes. Alright. 10! This crab, though. Okay. Oh good, it took out the kangaroo. Thank you, rat. Oh. Ox, can you do it? I think you can do it. Oh yeah! Yay, Ox! Oh, what is this? Oh right, it summons the bus. I forgot about that. Rat, you have done an amazing job. But yeah, no, you were fabulous. And we will honestly give everything to the ox. There we go. Well, I replaced the bee, but that's okay. Let's see what happens. 12! What? Oh, yeah. Bus. Up. 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 Oop. Uh-oh. Can you do it, Ox? I believe. Oh, the sheep. Oh, the sheep. This fish, though. It's okay. Doggo and kangaroo. Sorry, Dodo. Let's try this and see where we go. And, give the attack to the mesquite. Let's see how this goes. I do not trust that peacock. I do not. Bus. Nice. Alright, Ox. Oh, that peacock, though. That's okay. That's okay. What do we got? What's the snail do? It's the last battle. Okay. Yes. Shop pets, you know? Here. There we go. Here, dear, have a little bit. Yes, the can. Let's see how we do here. Hippo. You know, let's do the ant. You've been so good, ant. But I think I want to replace you with a hippo. Plop. Okay. Oh, I do not like that pufferfish. Bus. Bus. A spite! What is happening? Why is that? Why? I don't know what's happening. Oof. That's okay. I think I'll do one more round. Yes! we have reached the people who are maybe they just really like this game a whole lot. And I just play it for funsies. Not enough gold. Hilly, rolling, smooth. Rolling dust bunnies. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. And see, I barely remember what each creature does. You had to remind me, and it was beautiful. What a good fish. Oh, draw. It counts. Horse. Beaver. Level up the beaver. I don't have enough. Oh no, I think it's fabulous. Because I don't remember things very well. So by all means, you are totally allowed to remind me that certain animals do things. You're A-okay. Yes. Bam. Bam. Yep, ants everywhere. Oh boy. Oh no, fish! Okay. Great! We're losing 2 lives now. What do we got? Elefante. Excuse me, fish. So, elephant. This is dangerous. This is dangerous what we're doing. Alright. Oh, you're right. You're right. So, hopefully this works. Or wait. No, yeah, it... Let's see what happens. Oh, right. That's okay. We'll run with it. It's fine. Yeah, that's been my brain all day too. Oh no. It's okay. Oh, right. That's how the combo works. Oh my god. That's okay. That's okay. It's okay. We've still got plenty of life. So, yeah. Elephant is gonna go in the front. Gonna hurt the peacock. Then we'll give this. And we'll give some honey to... There we go. Okay, let's see how this goes. Wait, I meant to put the... Oh, well. Oh no, horse! Yes, that is what I meant to do. Yeah. Yes. Draw! Okay, that works. 3 lives for... Oh, jeez. There. This can only end well. Whale! Whale! Skeet. I don't think I have enough for this. I do not. Alright. Let's go. All hats. Yes, yeah, this tells me that somebody's very serious. Oh, okay, okay. It's okay. I think we got this. I still think we got this. Maybe. I don't trust the horse, though. Or the dog. Yep. Yeah. Oh boy, howdy. Nope. It's okay. I've still got one more round left in me, I think. Ox and sheep. Okay. Mosquito, I love you. Goodbye. Okay. Let's put this here. You know, I'm sorry, whale, but I think I'd rather have the sheep. And have the sheep be... Alright. It's now or never! We go into battle. Oh, okay. Alright. The dog is gonna be a little bit scary. Squirrel! Oh dear. Okay. Yes. When in doubt. Yes! I won by sheer numbers. Like I meant to do that. Oh. Yeah, I'll try that. Oop. For maximum oxness. And let's level up the elephant again. And give the horse an apple. And some garlic armor. Yeah, so it should be okay. That's okay. Oh, the bus. The bus is coming. It's okay. You took out the bus. Oh, that dog is gonna be a problem. Boy, howdy. Whoops. Am I done? Nope, I am still alive. What do I want to... Yeah, Doggo was very strong. You know, I think I want to get the sheep, get the deer, give me the bus. Alright, let's see how we do. I probably got this. Probably. I don't trust that fish, though. Go, bus! Thank you, bus! Oh! I think I got this. I think I got it! Yay! I have 1 heart left. Oh, shark? You know what? I think we're gonna stick with this team. Since I have one round left. Just see what happens. Oh, I do not like that sheep. Oh, look at that little baby tiger! Oh, it's a bus battle! Oh, it is a bus battle! Oh, jeez. Oh, it's gotta be close. Nope, it was not close! No. That's okay. That is okay. That was better. I at least got some points. Neato. And I think that is where I will call it. Thank you. Thank you, Weedy. Thanks for coming on this odd stream, what I just did. I appreciate you very much, Lee. And... let's see where we can go. Here, we'll go to this, and we'll exit out of the game with its fabulous horns. Oh, that's okay. That's totally fine. I wasn't actually expecting a huge turnout today, but I'm gonna be very social over my weekend, so I won't have a whole lot of time to do my regular routine. But let's see who else is going tonight. Oh, and wait, wrong thing. Right thing. Uh, you know, I see that Belle's streaming, and it's been a while since Belle's been streaming, so I'm gonna send you over to Belle Dandy. And thank you very much. Yeah, let's go. I hope you have a wonderful evening and that you remember to appreciate yourself today. Bye. Bye bye.